So there's So there's definitely a compelling reason to create multi-screen instructional videos. The idea would be if you want to be able to allow your students to see you in the video and see something that you're working on offline on your desk right next to you. So if you're a math teacher, you might want to be able to work on a dry erase board or a piece of paper. If you're working with younger students, you might have manipulatives on your desk that you can move, and they get that kind of first person view right next to you, almost like they're sitting next to you or looking over your shoulder. Art teachers could use this setup to work on a piece and demonstrate a technique. So they're using the primary laptop as the front facing camera, and then the secondary device that's next to them, which can be a phone or an iPad, anything with an external camera, can be mounted up above, pointing down at their desk at their workspace. You could also set this up for a vertical workspace. You might have a phone or an iPad propped up pointing at a big dry erase board on a wall, or like I mentioned, an art teacher might use something like this. So the other kind of compelling reason to do this is when you're in Zoom or Google Meet and you have those two devices and one call, they're both your device, no one else is there, you have the ability to emphasize either video. So you can make both videos side by side so they get equal kind of digital real estate. Or you might say, like, let's take a look at what I'm working on right now offline, and you can pin or emphasize that video. It will get bigger, and then you might get a little bit smaller. You can flip flop it the other way, emphasize your front facing video, and then your demo video or your kind of offline analog work on that second device gets smaller. So that's kind of the purpose behind this whole setup and this the decision to go down this path. Additionally, I'm demonstrating using the mmhmm app, which allows me, when I'm using my front-facing video, for it not just to be me, it can actually be instructional content or ideas or graphics or anything that I want that's behind me, like this little screen snap right here. So I'll get into the whole technical setup in the next slide, explain the process, demo everything in Zoom, demo how mmhmm fits into this process as well. So good luck, and I hope this setup works well for you. All right, so here we are with the dual camera setup up and running. So as you can see here, what we have going on is I'm in a Zoom call, and I've started the Zoom call on the right-hand side here with my laptop, and I've jumped into that call on my own. I've grabbed an iPad, an iPhone, any kind of second device that you have, and then I have that device, and I've joined the Zoom call also. So now by default, when there's two users in the Zoom call, we just have this kind of side-by-side view. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you're able to emphasize either video based on what you're doing. So what I would first do once I get in the call, I would just start recording the process. So I'm actually using Zoom as a video creation or almost like a screen recording type tool. But now I can refer to anything offline that I'm working on right next to me over here. So what I'm able to do right now is now I might be kind of manipulating or demonstrating the use of this particular tool for my students offline so they can see that in action, but they can also see me here as well. Now, if I need to emphasize either one, that's really doable. I'm going to hover over my video here in Zoom, go to the triple dots, and pin the video, and now you can see I get the emphasis over the offline work. I can simply unpin that video, go back to gallery view if I want, or I can go triple dots over the offline or secondary, or I'm sorry, the analog or secondary device, and I can pin that video if I need to emphasize that one. Then I can go back to gallery view. So that's really the basic setup. It's just having two devices in the same Zoom call. Now, on that secondary device, the mobile device, the phone, the iPad, what you need to do over there is turn your microphone off so you don't get a really nasty feedback loop. And additionally, turn the camera on and then just use the external camera. And I just have this propped up on a cardboard box right next to me, but you could absolutely have it on a stand. It could be pointing on a horizontal surface. It could be pointing to a vertical surface, whatever kind of building you'd like to do. And so now I can refer to this and then have myself on the screen so students can see both. I can interact with them to the best that I possibly can in this digital environment, and they can see that analog work. Now, what I'll also demonstrate is how to use the mmhmm app to get your content behind you like this. So it doesn't even have to be just you. It can be a screenshot. I can even embed a web browser. So for example, if I'm using the microbit over here, I could actually have the microbit kind of web-based coding environment behind me, and I'll demonstrate that process next. All right, so here we are, and what I've set up is this kind of side-by-side view where you can see both Zoom with the two devices that are logged in. And then on the right over here, I'm running the mmhmm app, and that's the tool that allows me to have the content behind me. So what I've done in the mmhmm app, and you can see down below here, I've added a screen share. And what I'm screen sharing right now is my browser with that particular tab open, and this is kind of the microbit coding environment. On the left-hand side, I have my laptop running Zoom using my front-facing camera down below from the laptop view, and then this is my kind of external view with my iPad that's showing the device. So I can demonstrate the coding and then show the device. So I'm showing you this split screen so you can see how I'm able to kind of hide myself, put myself in the corner over here, and it kind of translates over to Zoom right away, make myself a little bit bigger. So what I can also do right now, just to show you what this will look like, I'll make Zoom bigger. So here's that side-by-side view, but the mmhmm app is kind of running in the background right now, and that's where I can jump to slides that I've maybe curated ahead of time, and those have to be image files that I'm dropping into the mmhmm app. So now you can see the side-by-side view. So what I'm able to do, and this might look a little bit odd because of the way I'm setting this up, is that I'm just going to jump now to the browser that I have here. I'll go into a new project, and I'll call this one Live Demo. So what I can do now when I'm running Zoom is that I could have now, I'll just show you the appearance of this. You can see that Zoom now has the coding environment behind me, and the mmhmm app also has that coding environment behind me. So as I'm doing this instruction, the kids can see the work that's happening behind me in real time. In the Zoom call, I can always, like I demoed earlier, I can pin the video to make that part of the instruction better or clearer, or I can pin the kind of analog creation here if I need to show my students something that's happening when I'm using this particular tool, or I can just jump back to gallery view. So the view's a little bit odd here because you can see the mmhmm app that I'm running and you can see Zoom. And then I tried to show you the kind of browser environment. But I think this has a really kind of compelling use case to create instructional video where the students would ultimately be seeing this as the experience. And again, I can toggle now between me and the content, jump back to gallery view, jump back to my kind of second device with that offline content that I'm working on right here as well that I can demo. Like I said, this could be artwork, this could be a math problem that you're solving, this can be anything you want, and the students get a really nice bird's eye view of that instruction. So that's how to use Zoom on your laptop with a secondary device, iPad, iPhone, Android device, also jumped into Zoom. And then on top of that, if you want to leverage the mmhmm app to kind of change your appearance, minimize yourself if you're kind of comfortable doing this sort of thing while you're running Zoom at the same time, and then doing some live work behind the scenes with your browser or advancing through your slides. It's kind of a really nice combination of these tools. So that's it. Good luck making your kind of dual device, multi-screen instructional videos with